Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of Bill Has Opinions, our winter seasonal beer primer. Hi,
Hi.
Bill.
Hi. We weren't going to do a show this week, and then I had some exceptional good winter beers over the last couple of days, and I know Laura's been drinking a lot of beers, and I figured we could just take a few minutes to talk about winter beers since we didn't have a winter beer show scheduled. So yeah, getting right to it, I got a little story that's the reason I came up with the idea, which is I was at the bottle shop the other day in Hendersonville, the Blue Door Bottle Shop, by the way. If you guys are in that area and are looking for a good bottle shop, and the guy, I was asking, do you have any good seasonal beers on tap or anything? He was like, I don't actually have any spicy ales or anything like that on tap. I mean, I did have one stout while I was there. It was like it was actually from Founders, and it was the KBS espresso stout, I believe, and that was really good. That's a high volume. I don't usually like Imperials. That one's pretty okay. Anyways, we get to talking, and he's like, they were supposed to get a keg of Highland Cold Mountain, but they don't buy enough other Cold Mountain to have been allotted one. So they got nothing. And people keep calling there because it's a bottle shop asking if they have bottles of Cold Mountain, and they didn't get anything, right?
Right.
The funny part about that is this year, for once in our life, you can walk into any grocery store and they have got Cold Mountain to the ceiling because they overmade it, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could walk into any Ingles in Asheville and purchase a Cold Mountain right now.
Right. I got this at a little wine shop that's that's Metro Wines right up here by my house.
Yeah.
And walked in with our neighbors to get some wine. I was like, holy crap, they got Cold Mountain, and I bought two.
Right. But what I'm saying is I have not seen a shortage of it this year. Like, you could just go purchase it anywhere.
Right.
Anyway, I was talking to the guy about all that, and then he said, wait a minute. And he goes in the back, and he brings out a can, like a sort of a weird, like a Fat Boy can, like a Foster's can, but it's of Cold Mountain coconut.
Yes.
Yeah, which is, and I didn't realize that they were canning any of that kind of weird stuff. But anyway, he had that in the back, and he's like, hey, and he cracks it open, and he pours several tasters, and me and him and another guy who's sitting there talking with me all had that. And we all agreed that one was preferable to the regular Cold Mountain this year because it gives just a hair of sweetness that it kind of needed.
Mm-hmm.
So we enjoyed that. And then he goes in the back and he comes back with a bottle of 2017 Cold Mountain. And he opens that one. And that one actually just tastes like a pretty run-of-the-mill Christmas ale is what it tasted like. It was not phenomenal. It didn't have any, and it was, I have to admit, it tasted like it had gone maybe a little flat. So that was part of it. Like, it just kind of didn't, I don't know. But anyway, we were doing that, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. And so anyway, that made me think, hey, we should talk about winter beers. So yeah, every year, this time of year, the Asheville area goes ape shit for Cold Mountain, which is made by Highland. And it's a pretty good seasonal beer, although I don't like this year's as much as I've liked previous ones.
I don't mind it, but then I never remember what each, because it's a whole year. So I'm like, I don't really remember what the notes were.
I couldn't tell you which year I liked better. I can only tell you that there's ones I've had that I like better than this one, right? This one's very spice heavy, and I feel like it leads with spice. And in the past, I know there was one year, and I want to say it's 2016, but I'm probably just making that up. That's just pulling a number out of my butt. It was very vanilla heavy, and that was whatever year it was very vanilla was the one I liked the most. It still was spicy. It just had it was like vanilla, and then it closed with spicy or something,
Right, because it is actually in the name. Oops. That it is a spiced winter ale. So,
right. So, so that's kind of what I've been looking for. I've been walking around looking for spiced winter ales, because there's several places now that make them. I think Boojum's got a pretty decent one. I don't remember what it's called. I had, let's see, Accumulation by New Belgium, which is actually I think an IPA, but it's got a spicy sort of thing going on, right?
It is, yes. It is an IPA, and but it's got a Christmassy flavor. They've had a couple of decent wintry beers. They had an ESB a few years ago called Two Below. That was really, really good.
Right. So I picked up this while I was there. Well, first off, the biggest substitution if you can't get Cold Mountain in town is to go by Asheville Brewing Company and get yourself a.
That's not what I'm drinking, though. I just happen to have the Gingerbread Man.
A Gingerbread Man, which is actually a porter that's got sort of a gingerbread sort of edge to it. That's a really good Christmassy type.
I love that one. It's probably my favorite in town.
Yeah. I was going to say a lot of people like this one better than they like Cold Mountain. I think Cold Mountain gets a lot of hype, and it's not necessary. To me, I'll say this: the reason I'll hype it a little bit is because it's my favorite beer that Highland makes. Like I don't really love a lot of their other beers. This one, I'm like, yeah, it's a good beer.
Right. No, and they do it up every year. We actually went to the brewery this year, and they do all like the fancy ones.
Yeah.
In Highland, and the one I liked this year was a chai spiced. So I like that they took this, an already spiced beer, and amped it the hell up and made it super spicy, and I loved it.
Were they selling cans of the fancy ones?
They were not.
Oh, so I don't know where this guy got the coconut one from.
I wonder if it was a crowler, like a filled crowler, like he went there and got one.
It sure looked like a regular production can, except for being the size of a Foster's can.
Maybe it was a special promo thing. Yeah, it's interesting.
Could have been a promo. Yeah, that's not the first time I've been in that bottle shop that I got a promo item from somebody while I was in there. So it could have been. I don't know. I didn't inquire as to where he acquired it. So I want to talk about the one I picked up, though. Anderson Valley's Winter Solstice Seasonal Ale.
Yes.
I've had a few beers from Anderson Valley in the past, and I liked one and did not like another one. This one I like a lot. It's actually pretty much what I'm saying, like the years that I like Cold Mountain. It's a nice combination of spicy and sweet. I mean, it's got, you know what? It kind of tastes like a brown, but it's got the spicy kind of kicks back the maltiness of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it makes it bearable to me.
Yeah, that's actually what Cold Mountain is. It's a brown base, English brown. Yeah.
Right. But sometimes browns are real, like they're too sweet. They taste like Coca-Cola or something and just too caramelly. This is really good. As you can see, I'm putting it away pretty quickly. It's kind of interesting. Like I feel like every swig, like the flavor profile changes a little. I'm kind of curious what it doesn't say what the actual spices used are. It just says, Winter Solstice Seasonal Ale with natural flavor added. So they're natural flavors.
At least they're natural. They're not artificial.
It's got a picture of a bear with horns drinking.
Right. That's the beer. That's their mascot, the beer.
Okay.
Because it's a combination of bear and deer.
And isn't Anderson Valley the place? It's out of California, but it's in an area of California where like there's a unique dialect or something in that valley. I believe I've read.
Yes, yeah, like their fall beer is called Fall Hornin, which apparently is some sort of like it's a pidgin. It's something they say in their dialect. Right. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, that's kind of entertaining. I've also got with me, I don't know if you really call this one Christmassy. It just looked interesting. I mean, it's a stout, so I consider most stouts kind of wintry, right?
Sure.
Okay,
it's what I drink this time of year.
I got a dessert stout here. It is a Southern Range Neapolitan stout.
Ooh.
And I'm told it actually does taste like Neapolitan ice cream.
So chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry
all at the same time, kind of. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. One time I was in a gas station in Michigan and there was this woman in there telling her kid he couldn't have any ice cream. But the kid was pointing at like a little carton of Neapolitan. And she told him that the flavor of Neapolitan was chocolate, white, and cherry. And I was like, well, number one, white isn't a flavor. Number two, it's not cherry.
Right. Yeah. And Neapolitan, now here's what I actually like Neapolitan ice cream a lot. The thing I like about it is the strawberry that's in Neapolitan is not the same flavor as if you buy just a thing of strawberry ice cream. You ever notice that? Like,
yes, but I still don't like it. Like I will still just eat the chocolate and vanilla and leave the strawberry.
I actually I like the pink. Like that would make more sense if you said it was chocolate, vanilla, and pink.
Right.
Because it's not the same flavor as strawberry ice cream.
Right.
It's got its own thing. Like it's more like strawberry candy ice cream, whereas the strawberry ice cream is like white vanilla ice cream with strawberries in it, or you know.
Right.
Anyway, I digress. I want to get back to something I was going to say. Oh, I wanted to talk about the winter beers that I hate. And I just saw them for the first time last year, and I have not bought any, and I'm not going to buy any this year because I wasted probably $12 last year on this. But chocolate peppermint beers.
Oh, yeah.
You like them?
No, it's just an interesting flavor. Unless it's done perfectly, and I have not tried one that's perfect. Mint is a strange flavor for beer because so like hot spicy is like peppers, habaneros and chili peppers and things like that. That's hot spicy. Right. And then warm spicy is like what's in some of these winter beers, like nutmeg and clove and cinnamon.
Yeah.
That's warm spicy.
Yeah.
Mint is cold spice.
Right.
And it just does not go with beer.
It's a little weird. I had a few last year. I bought a few at different bottle shops around. I remember I think I was out in Waynesville and bought one or two, and I think I poured most of them down the drain. Like I'd come home, take a swig, and go, "Ugh, this is god awful."
It usually tastes like toothpaste.
Or it tastes like a very strong peppermint patty, like melted in your beer. You know. Either way, I don't like the flavor combination. It just doesn't work for me. But I had seen some people saying that there was only one that was worth a hoot, and I have now forgotten which.
I think was it? Yeah, I just saw somebody on one of the beer groups that we follow.
Right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in the Dragon Con beer thing, and somebody.
Yeah, was it Guinness? Was it actually a Guinness version?
I don't think it was, but I'm not sure. We can leave a follow up on that if people.
We can definitely do that.
In peppermint chocolate beers, we'll leave an answer for people who are interested in trying it.
Right.
I'm not going to try anymore.
Oh, okay. It was Kentucky Bourbon Barn Peppermint Porter.
Oh. See, that just sounds even more awful to me because that's even more flavors put together.
Right, and I think the brand of the beer is Bourbon Barn.
Right, but everything that comes from Bourbon Barn is barrel aged.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. He said it was the most palatable of all the ones he tried.
Every Kentucky Bourbon Barn that I've had was barrel aged, and I don't like barrel aged beer. Those aren't two flavors I like together.
Well, and if it's described as the most palatable mint beer, I'm gonna go with that's probably still not good.
Wasn't god awful, was just awful. So yeah, I guess that's the one that people are saying is okay-ish if you want to try it. But my suggestion is if you see peppermint beer at your bottle shop, just to walk on by and get yourself a spicy ale. Or a nice chocolate stout or something of that nature.
Yeah, I agree with that. Unless, like, if someone's giving you taste, like if they have it on tap and you can get a taste, go for it.
That'd be perfect. Just get a taste. Do you have anything else you want to add about?
Well, what I do, so I grabbed some. I'm not going to drink all of these on our short show. And I think I talked about this last year. I think I did drink it last year, but usually for winter beers, for me, I prefer, dark beers, browns, porters, stouts, things like that. But Sierra Nevada Celebration IPA is delicious. I love it. And specifically, it's delicious and I love it, but I had one the other day and I'd been drinking nothing but stouts. So it tasted super freaking hoppy. I was like, holy crap, that's a hot bomb. But if you start with this, you're good.
Yeah. And then there's those winter lagers that are also pretty good. I can't remember who make. Doesn't Bell's make one or something like that?
Yes, they make one. I think it's just called White, they make a white ale, and then they have another one too.
Yeah.
They have a Christmas ale, and then they've got, I think their lager is called White, just plain white. But
yeah, it's got like trees and snow or something on the front, right?
Yes.
In a blue label.
Yes.
I feel like.
And
I'll buy that one.
And one of my other favorite breweries out of the Midwest, out of Cleveland, is and I've given you some of their porter before, is Great Lakes Brewing, and they do a Christmas ale that's like it's like a spicy amber. It's good. It's really good.
Okay. Actually, you know what? The more I drink, the more I feel like this Anderson Valley is kind of a spicy amber. Actually, you see the color; it's very red. Yeah. I said it was brown, but it's probably more red than brown. It tastes more like a I'm trying to think what my favorite red is actually out of Hickory, North Carolina. The Hickory red lager, ruby red lager, is a really drinkable beer, but not a Christmas beer. But if you put some spices in it, it could be. It could be. They could call it Ruby the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something.
That would be good.
Ruby the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I should call them up and pitch this.
Yes, exactly. All right, Hickory Brewing, go for it. Do that. So the one I do want to share that I'm not going to drink now because it's very high in alcohol is, so if you're in Asheville and you're looking for, Asheville or they have locations in Knoxville and Wilmington and all kinds of places. But Highwire Brewing, if you're looking for something akin to Ninja Bread Man or maybe the spicier Cold Mountains, I would suggest the Gingerbread 10W40 from Highwire. But it's high octane, obviously being 10W40. And it's high in alcohol, but it was super, super good. Like Ninja Bread Man, just the perfect blend of spices.
Technically, 10W40 is not high octane. It's just high viscosity.
That's true. But it is also high octane. The beer is, not the... actually, it's not so bad. It's 8%. So it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be like 13. I want to say the one I had the other night from Founders was I want to say it was 13. The KBS. Right.
And we were just in Wilmington, North Carolina, just got back an hour ago. And we went to the Highwire there, and they didn't have this on tap, but they had the 10W40 chai, which I would argue, if you wanted it to be a fall or winter ale, but it's got the same sort of flavor profile, just without the gingerbread flavor.
Right.
It is very good.
So you're loving them chai beers right now.
I do. Well, again, it's perfect for fall or winter because you get those warm spices. It's the same spices you use in chai as what you use in pumpkin spice lattes.
Right. True that. Yeah. Pumpkin spice latte is essentially just a chai with maybe one or two other things thrown in.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So I can dig it.
All right. Do you have any more beers over there?
I do not that I'm going to drink right now. No, I don't. Oh, I did pick up a banana bread beer, which is not necessarily a seasonal, but it is sweet, and it's a dessert beer. So I might drink that sometime.
Yeah. No, yeah. Was it the Wells banana bread or is it another brand?
It was, it was Wells, but they changed the name. Somebody bought Wells or something, or I don't know, but they changed the name, but it's the same company. Yeah. Oh,
all right. Well, learn something new every day. All right, then.
I asked the guys when I was buying it. I was like, "Hey, wasn't this called Wells banana bread beer last year?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Well, all right. So we appreciate everybody who watched. Obviously, nobody was live, so you didn't comment on it while we were here. But hey, thanks for the comments after the fact.
Yeah, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe we will, or maybe we won't do another little short while we're on brief hiatus. We'll see.
Maybe. Well, the next week today I was only coming back from Wilmington. Next week I'll be in New York City. So
New York City.
I'm gonna get some salsa. I'm gonna eat that salsa. But hey, you never know.
I bet you there's places in New York City that have perfectly good salsa.
Absolutely. I guarantee it. I'm sure. First of all, one of my favorite celebrity chefs, Aaron Sanchez, has multiple restaurants in New York. I'm sure he makes incredible salsas. So
I always thought that was a little bit like short-sighted. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying, kind of, but but like there's probably plenty of people in New York City with Mexican heritage that know how to make salsa.
Yes, I guarantee it. In fact, it's been a very they have a very strong Latin community throughout New York City. So yes.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you enjoy your New York salsa, and but if we have a moment and we think of something stupid to talk about for a few minutes, maybe we might link up or something and do another one of these shorts.
Maybe we might do that. But in the meantime, we'll be back on the 13th for our holiday party.
Yeah, either way, we'll be back then. So,
all right,
thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching.